Damien, Ariana, Destiny, and Roman West. This is your father, George, Corey, Mitchell West. My company is Heavenz Soldier Enterprize. We do forestry. This is one of our projects I'm going to teach you about today. I'm going to show you what's happening here. It's 2013 and it is June, almost July. I miss you guys. So we're going to take a walk around, see what Daddy's been doing, and say hi to the guys. What we're doing is creating veneer logs, saw logs, firewood for sale and for personal use. This is our vest, high vis, safety helmets, safety glasses. Here we have a beautiful pile of custom saw logs. We have maple down on the bottom. This nice stuff here, that's a beech. All nice hardwood. We marked them with S's for our personal saw. We have maple, hard maple. It's beautiful stuff. Makes good flooring, cabinetry, all that wonderful stuff that families enjoy. Now, the second pile, we have our veneer logs. I marked them with a dot to save the centers. The smaller the heart. Let's get a good heart in here. So we have a heart. This right here, the circle is the heart of the log. All this is veneer. They rotary this. Turns out on their big lathes that they have at the mill, and takes it off in tiny little sheets, each ring for each year that this tree's been growing. And they process it and ship it all across the world. And that's kind of what we're doing here. Getting ready for big shipments. We'll call in the mill guys, come in. It's a nice paycheck. Keep your college and university going. That's my plan, to send you 4 children to university of your choice, and let's say 15 to 17 years, so you have a long time to grow. Daddy will be right here all the time, doing what I can. Right here we have our saw log pile for sale. We have maple. These big ones back here, beech. I've searched a long time for nice beech like this. Beautiful wood, beautiful wood. We have our maples, 2 different species, but it's all hardwood. Look at these beautiful hearts. See how small they are? That there, if we had logs with small hearts in them like this, we could make a lot of money very quickly. $6,000 per 1,000 feet for veneer logs, which is the pile behind us. It's growing daily. And saw logs anywhere from $250 to $1,000 per 1,000 feet. All depends on quality. So this is kind of what we've taken so far. Straight back in that bush we've cleared. You can see some stumps right about there, all through the bush, under the good forestry harvesting practices. This way we respect the environment, everything to do with it, and we can make some money. This is another view of our veneer pile. Just so you can see, it's growing daily. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And see, we always wear high visibility, so we don't get hurt. Safety measures. Daddy will climb this tree and take it down. See how big this tree is? It keeps going up. Way up there. Yes, it's a big tree. Probably about 20-inch diameter. Straight across. Sorry about this. 20-inch diameter. Good veneer log. Worth a fortune. Here we have our small log pile for wood. Call this limb wood. Keeps people warm in the winter times. Our veneer pile from a side angle. Saw logs. Veneer is also known as slicer logs. Then your saw logs, rotary logs. Some small pile of firewood, just the ends. The trees Dad skidded out. Here's our firewood logs. Dad used the big harvester skidder to bring them out. Look how long those trees are. I climb stuff like that. Yes, and it hurts sometimes too. And then we have these big trees up here. Way up there. Dad's got to climb all the way up there and top it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a walk over, say hi to Mr. Weaver and Tyler. And this is Piper. Piper, say hello. That's a good girl. She protects the logs, so nobody will steal them. Good morning, Piper. This here is the backhoe. We're using this to process the wood, pile our veneer bit. Comes in handy. Some more firewood over here. We have Dave Weaver on camera, Tyler on camera.
Morning, buddy.
Good morning, gentlemen. Looks like you're working hard.
We just seen your truck coming.
This is our first video. The Weaver property. That's Dave, my man.
Morning.
Where'd the other guy go? There he is, still working hard. Look at that.
Doggy dog.
Back here we have our firewood pile. It's growing daily. Some more logs. In the background there's the skidder. Let's go see how big that is.
Corey, we're really going to need you to mark them logs out for us, okay, bud? So that we can cut the rest up into firewood.
This ash tree?
Yeah.
Okay. I think what we were going to do is just see if it was rotted a bit, because it looked like it had a bit of rot on the end.
I don't want to cut too much and then screw up a log on you.
No problem there, brother. This one here is going to be all firewood. But this one, I think we can just go back 16 until we find a solid heart.
Yep, no trouble.
Let's get a picture of this ash tree here on video. So Dave wants us to get a good picture of this one. We'll come around, see what we have for hearts. See this tree here? There's a bit of rot. That's from too much water. You see the black ring? That's not a good sign for us, but it's good for firewood. Yeah, you can just go 16 all the way up until we try and get out of this black mark.
Yeah.
Because we have a black ring right here.
No problem.
So that there we don't want. It might go all the way through. We don't know.
We'll check it, buddy.
Yeah.
Rain.
So I get a good morning hug or what?
Oh, God bless you, buddy.
This is how we do it at Heavenz Soldier Enterprise.
That's right.
Okay, so it's close up. Firewood, keep people warm. There's approximately 95.5 bush cord coming out of this project. It's a nice pile of wood. Getting bigger. Back here, as president and director of Heavenz Soldier Enterprise, I have Been logging the back here, all through this forest. Good forestry practices harvesting. As you can see, we do not clear cut. We leave what is going to bring in a profit harvest for the future. This here is a John Deere cable skidder, 540A. Oh, we found that big wolf spider?
Yeah.
This here is how big the tires are on this machine. Just about as tall as me. That's the cable back here. This is all loaded actually. There's the controls in there. That's how high it goes. It's a big machine. Look at that. That's a machine. This beautiful machine brings in timbers from the bush, called skidding. As you can see, we're hooked up to the chokers. Sorry about that. These here are chokers. What they do is choke the log, tightens it up, extracts it from the bush through that big winch at the back here. Right there, with all that cable, that spool runs out up through your rollers for safety. Brings it all into the bumper plate. And what we do is we pull whole timbers right out of the bush, just like that. As you can see in the back, we have more trees. This one here, that one there will be coming down. A few other ones around the play set. See how high they are. 80-90 foot tall trees. Maybe 100 foot, that big walnut right back there. It's a monster of a tree. I have to climb that so we don't break the play set. Yes, so that's what Daddy's been doing to try his best to make sure that you have a good future. And we are permitted through the Conservation Authority, Simcoe County. We have Dave Pridham, our registered forester, marking all the trees. If we can see what a marked tree looks like. Take a walk through the bush here. Now, can you see that orange paint? May have to get a close up. All these trees are marked. Right there. And right there. That's from Dave Weaver marking. And if we walk through the bush, here's the rest of that tree. That's how long the tree goes to the skidder. Just pulls a whole tree right out. Take 4, 5, 6 of them at one skid time. It's rather impressive. As you can see, all these trees are still decent health. We use this tree for a bumper tree. As you can see the scuff on the bottom. That's what you call a bumper tree. So it protects the tree at the east side. Acts as a safety shield. Now we're getting closer to one of our veneer saw logs. This is one tree right here that was marked. Mr. Pridham will mark the base of the tree. That will make sure that he knows which ones he marked for Daddy to cut. There's a beautiful dot. This right here is from Dave Pridham. And as you can see down on the bottom, he left another mark. That way when he comes through, he would be able to see the mark, which tree he marked himself that Daddy had to harvest. And as you can see, the difference between his two markings is the dots, the circles, they mean veneer and saw log. And his other marks, as we will get to here in a second, are for firewood purposes. You can see the bands, whoosh, and whoosh, right back here. And they keep going through the bush, and that tells Daddy which ones to skid out for firewood or for saw logs, slicer logs. And it helps to determine your softwoods, semi-hardwoods. Yes, your semi-hardwoods, your hardwoods, and your softwoods. And we have mostly deciduous trees, which are hardwoods in this forest that we're harvesting. So that makes great firewood, great saw logs, and great veneer, especially if the hearts are small. You can make a lot of money, pay a lot of bills, and just show you what's happening here. I've logged most of this bush. There's a few paint left. I'm going to save those because they're ash trees. I want to save the ash for the last skid out, and I want to save the basswood. It's a softwood, beautiful for carving. You see a lot of totem poles, a lot of beautiful little ducks, and anything that people use for artwork, for carving. That's mostly basswood. It's soft, nice stuff. So we're getting there. We have about 25 acres left to go out of 95 acres in this one forest, this one plot. See how thick it is, dense back here behind me. So what we do is we turn around and make it accessible, sort of like this. So there's no clear cutting, safe for the environment. I use biodegradable oils. That way rooting systems don't get contaminated. The watershed is saved from pollution. And what happens is these younger trees, all these younger trees here, they will get to regenerate quicker, grow faster for a better harvest, because we get rid of the older trees and the mid-sized trees. That helps open up the canopy so the water can get down and feed your rooting systems. That way your trees grow better. All the little saplings, like this little maple here, this tiny little guy, beautiful tree, 10 years will be huge, because it's going to be able to grow, less competition, and that's what good forestry practices is all about. It's all about allowing the young to grow, just like your children, into happy, healthy adults, like that big tree. Right there, look at the size of that. That's an ash tree. And it is huge. Good saw log. Now, I have to get to work. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed viewing it. And just know that your Father loves you every single day of your lives. I've never not loved you. And don't forget your company name, Heavenz Soldier Enterprize, Forestry, and HS Gold Oil Gas Diamonds International Corporation, where we mine. And we will make another video once we hit the Madawaska mine. But I have to finish a few projects before we get back up there. I want to show you this tree here. This is a basswood tree. Looks similar to the ash. As you can see, it's a very big tree. And we have it marked as darker red, so that means Dave Weaver, property owner, has marked it himself because it's close to his shed. safety concerns. As you can see just how tall this tree is. Yes, I have to climb that all the way to the top and top it off. Let it fall down here and around this little area. Controlled drop, controlled cut. That way everybody's safe. So in about a couple months' time, we should be done this property. And here's another photo of 540A John Deere cable skidder. I call her Dino. She's my dinosaur. This is what makes us quite a bit of money, makes life a lot easier in the forest. It's hard to do forestry without a cable skidder. And there's also a grapple skidder, but we don't use those on this site. Fuel goes in the back, all protected right here. Our power winch lever right here. Our brake, winching brake. This is for the plow at the front. And your steering wheel. And all your electrical components at the top. Up here. That's how we started. And shifter. And that's for your plow at the front. And that's where we sit. We need to rewrap the seat sometime in the future. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this. And this is our 2013 project. We just finished the 9th line of Thora. And it's ready for finishing touches on our saw logs and firewood. I love you very much, and hope to have you on site very soon.